just wanted to make sure that continually throughout this cycle, we at least take a few questions, sit down, take the time to answer them, because you're taking the time to sit here in front of the computer and actually watch me, which I'm still kind of blown away by. I just geek out on this. It's my favorite thing to do. And a lot of times, I talk to other employees here. We're all growers, so we don't realize how important this information is. It's just stuff we talk about every day. This is stuff that if Build a Soil went away, I'd still be doing every single day for the rest of my life. We're just that into it. And so to know that other people are too, it like creates a connection. It's real. We appreciate you asking the questions. If you've got more of them, keep loading them up. We're going to go through every week, pick some of our favorites, and just make sure that we answer them. I am going to leave town for a little bit. I've got some other things happening here at the shop, which is great. We're going to highlight. And when I get back, I'm definitely going to dig into some more FAQ questions and make sure that we address as many as we can throughout this series. Thanks, and I'll catch you on the next FAQ. Welcome to FAQ number 10. Today is going to be a little bit different. We have a few minutes extra, and we're going to run over to the farm, show you what it looks like, and then we're going to jump into about 6-7 questions, see how far I get. Let's go check the farm out right now. Now that we harvested the 10x10, I had some time to walk over here today, and I wanted to at least give you a glimpse of what our greenhouse looks like. The vegetables that were in the 10x10 were not the best example of what we can do. My wife does an incredible job over here, very detail-oriented, everything to perfection. And so I just wanted to give you a walkthrough and show you the way the tomatoes should be strung up. The system that is typically used instead of the one in the 10x10 is the same that we use for the pickling cucumbers and the slicing cucumbers. You can see all of the flowers on here, and they're actually being pollinated by bumblebees. And so the bumblebees have a hive in the greenhouse, and while we're walking through here, you might actually see a couple bees flying around doing their job. So let me show you. They've already did a big harvest, and they're going to come through and do it again. The cucumbers go really fast when it's time. They're beautiful, and they just keep popping. And so the down low is the first harvest, and then we'll just keep moving up. And you notice that they are up on these rollers. They just dropped them. See how they're going at an angle? And so as they get too tall, they drop them, they move the roller down, and these will all go down. At the end, we have a pipe. They'll wrap around and they'll come back down. So these can be significantly bigger than the height by using the length of the greenhouse as well. For those of you that are curious about the greenhouse process, we follow the Build a Soil way here too. My wife has been a big part of coming up with these ideas. Even the craft blend she uses in here. We use Rootwise in here. We use the aero mixer and some of the hose rail system to actually hand water. We've got drip systems. So although it's a little more scaled up and it's a little bit more complicated as far as application, we use the exact same thing that we do in the 10x10. This was native soil we did some soil testing on, and then we've been slowly adding to it over the years. Essentially, soil testing, good amendments, and a ton of work over here is really what built this place. And all of this is attention to detail with how the clips are placed, how the string is. The first time I saw plants trellis like this was in a hydroponic system. And I thought they only got that tall because they were injecting them with nutrients and growing hydroponically. And when I learned that you could just have regular soil, craft blend, worms, the same process, and that they would grow to the ceiling and back again, I was blown away, and it's just a constant reaffirmation for me that living soil really can do everything that we want it to do. It's just that sometimes we're shown those shiny objects in the hydroponic catalogs, or we're shown that it's faster, but the growth and the speed on these, and the amount that we can produce, I can't imagine wanting it any faster or needing it to be any faster. And the health of the plants and the pests, because there are the bumblebees in here, there's beneficial insects, there's predator wasps, there's worms in the soil. All of it has been done following those methodology, and so that's the type of plant health that you see here. Of course, my wife and all of the people that work here do all the work, and so that's the biggest part. It doesn't happen on its own. This is that pipe I talked about, so when these hit here, you can see they've been dropped. They'll wrap around here, and the plants will start to come down this side. But this is my wife, Gwen, and she's the one that runs the whole greenhouse, so I just wanted to say hi on camera. She's super busy over here, so we're not able to document everything like we want to, but we may get there. But we promise to at least spend a little bit more time over here as the greenhouse starts to get fully connected for the season, and we get more in a harvest routine instead of getting everything ready, which is a ton of work out here. So, thanks for following along. Let's jump into the FAQ. And a kiss. All right, thanks for checking out the farm. It's really popping off over there. It's one of the hottest days of the year, and it was still looking good in the middle of the day through all of that. And that's just a testament to the temperature of the living soil and the control in the greenhouse. So let's jump into some of these questions now. Just get right to it. First question is from Sticky Hands, and it says, I've been following since episode 1. Was so excited to see the video. Please follow through until the end by showing some mini clips of the drying and trim out. I hope you continue with another series and tweak things as you go, commenting how you've changed and or improved the process. I love it. This is exactly what we're going to do. I definitely can see that on our next harvest round, we're going to plan a little bit further ahead and maybe do some macro shots. Potentially take like a black background and maybe pull some of the full plants or colas out, take some good living plant shots. We weren't ready for it. We needed to get harvesting, and we've got some more important things that are going on here. But with respect to documenting it, we can definitely improve there next time. We will be showing the dried flower shots. We're going to take some great photos. We'll be doing some sort of documentation of the other processes too, making sure that we round out how to dry and hang and trim and all of that. So I look forward to those coming episodes. I think if we do it all right, we've got it planned out for 2 or 3 more to basically finish this series where we do the yield and going over some of the review. So we'll be reviewing and critiquing what I would have done differently on this last round. And we've still got to make plans for the next round, which we'll be discussing a little bit as well. CH says, general indoor growing question. I have 2 earth boxes under one of the timber lights growing carrots, beets, and leeks. Soil is home mixed based on one of the type of recipes on your site. Everything has started falling over, which I can only presume is damping off from me filling the reservoirs with water long before I ever planted anything in them. Can I save this soil and these containers always? If so, how? I'm going to let these seedlings ride out and just see what happens. I added some microbe complete to see if I can make things turn around the corner. Any tips are much appreciated. Okay, first things first, let's take your earth box and let's grab it. If that little shower cap is on there, you don't have to worry about the soil spilling. You can kind of hold it on and tip it towards the reservoir side that drains the water when you overfill. And I want you to try and tip all of the water out of it and make sure it's bone dry in there. If you can't tip it all out and you're worried and you have a shot,
we in our dark unis.
Probably put the shot back into the down tube and have it suck out some of the excess water and at the same time pulling a little air through. Alternatively, you could make sure that you can even put like a fan pointed in that direction, but you're trying to get increased airflow and you need to get the reservoir empty and dry. The soil will still be wet, but now that there is air in there, the air can flow to the bottom where it's probably
XBA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Lone Star State in the very mammoth AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. A moment ago, here was the scene with the Cowboys emerging from their tunnel. It was loud. It's still loud. We're ready for football as the Cowboys get set to match up with the New York Giants.
Typically, you're going to see either a soy meal, we carry both of it. We have the very super meals, very cost effective. We also have the frequency dry, which is the fish meal. Either way, a little bit about that, very responsive. Cook up the egg, to get it pre-boiled. Beyond that, it's really hot. It's so far that it's just stinky smelling in there. Even when you got the water out, there might be a slow period. So, depending on how much you have invested in time in this, you could take a crop out.
3/4 of the NFL season are complete. What works in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. Takes it at the 7th. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here, right at the 30-yard line.
With a wet reservoir, it can totally be a problem. And I don't have a guaranteed answer for you other than the problem is too much moisture. Let's get it out. Let's get the airflow back. And the only way to do that is to move the water out. The easiest way is either with airflow, pop the cap, put a fan on it. It might take a while. So roots, you have a healthy growing plant. They're going to drink that water really quickly. And cover crop.
So first and 10 now from the 30.
The soil problems. And then you can just chop and drop it, or chop it and pull it out and put your next crop in. So hopefully those are some ideas for you.
And he gets us up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. With these run-pass options, we often talk about a good quarterback and running back. Well, having a talented wide receiver helps also.
Yeah, even coming in third in the discussion, sometimes that means he really should be first, because all you want to do is get the ball in their hands and let them make the big plays downfield.
I know it's not ideal size for organics, but I do think people do it anyway. And it'd be rash.
Second down and 3.
You deal with the challenges inherently growing organically in a smaller container size. It's two-sided. One is I want to show you how to do it.
And that's out quickly to Chase.
And it's kind of the
these two teams you might remember met earlier in the year in Arlington with the Cowboys winning that ball game. So they are gunning for the sweep here in Dallas.
Recycling the soil and putting it back in there to go into no-till. And you can certainly, with high plant counts and smaller sizes, get great yields out of 5 gallons. But we moved away from them for a reason.
They will run for the first time with Miles Sanders. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, and they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Yeah, he takes this one down almost all the way.
We out here fucking up.
A couple of nice carries back-to-back here.
All right.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? 5 or more yards each time. That's what you're looking for in setting the tone and getting your offensive line down.
Good sign on the opening drive.
Ah, get that shit.
Playing defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. To throw again. And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney.
Good shit.
And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22.
First drive of the game. We did see this in practice, didn't we? Because they allowed us to stay and watch and see what the opening script would be, even though we don't know the exact play calls. That looks a lot like what we saw them execute, doesn't it?
It really does. And in practice, it wasn't about a lot of big shots on that opening drive. They wanted to put together a series of plays. They've done that. The defense now on their heels.
That they are, and you know what else is happening now? They're gaining information. They're gaining knowledge about how the defense is planning on playing them. So not only are they being successful on this drive.
And he's going to go down here. A sack. They push him back to the 34. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down.
Doing a 5-gallon setup, I'm just leaning towards not doing it because it's not what I would teach you from a top-level approach of how to do the build this whole way. So all that considered, I'll throw some comments in here. If everybody really wants to see it, there's a couple of options I have. I could set up a automated
back to throw.
Moore.
He's going to have the hook up here to Chase. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. They get 13, but it's not nearly enough, and it'll be 4th down.
Anyone else? Let's put that in this episode, and we'll be sure to consider that when we make our plans for season 2, round 2. All right, so Ned says, I would love to hear your thoughts on feeding the take-and-bake recipe for maximum results, as well as any different ways you could. Oh, this is a really good question. So, first off, the take-and-bake kit was designed to fit into boxes and be fairly economical while giving you the gift of making your own soil from scratch.
Looking to throw.
It's strange because it seems like it'd be...
Good shit.
And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2.
What an excellent end result for them. But let's go back to the decision, first of all, to go for it all on 4th down. A lot of pressure on the quarterback's shoulders, but they knew he could handle it. Makes the right read there, gets the ball to his receiver. They get the first down. It's now 1st and goal.
Sanders is not going to get back to the line of scrimmage as they'll tackle him at the 3. So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. Back to throw. Moore. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted.
Good deep.
Snags it for the pick. And the Cowboys are going to get the football here.
I appreciate it. Yes, you did.
The game's opening drive.
It's one of these things where you could definitely add a little more, like we did into a 3.0 or a light. So from soil testing, one of the things that we would see is a little bit low in the phosphorus. And if I was going to add something to the take-and-bake, which we may consider doing, it would be a phosphorus source. We've got 2 here that we prefer. Some people would use bone meal. We recommend against it because of the cattle treatment, the GMO fed. There's not an organic bone meal source for the most part. So we use fish bone meal. And the downside is that if you use excessive amounts of it,
There's Ronald Jones.
Ooh, good motherfucking shoestring. That shit was wide open.
2nd and 6. This the second meeting of these two teams. You might recall they met back in week 5. And it was the Cowboys winning on the road, so they look for the sweep here back home in Arlington.
And I would consider either
6 yards left on 2nd down.
To really increase the level of phosphorus, and so that's one answer. The next answer is, instead of just buying those individuals, you could grab some craft blend and add more diversity. The craft blend is heavily focused.
The give is to Jones. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring out the 3rd down. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
After a top dress, use something like that. Otherwise, I add some gypsum to it.
Rush.
Is the other answer. That's got our high phosphorus.
It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And he will have a Cowboys 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
And we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them. To show
You gotta take a blast, fellas.
We appreciate it. They want to continue their drive.
Learned a little bit since then. What we're going to do on this next round is we're going to actually soil test our finished take and bake. We're going to be transparent with the results, and we're going to tell you what we're going to add to ramp it up for the next cycle.
No score after 1 on EA Sports.
We're going to actually scientifically show you what we could add to the take and bake to make it better, but that's after
the last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Once we get all this information and we double back, we're probably going to soup up the take and bake and add maybe
a give to Jones. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. 2 yards on the 1st down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the 2nd down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done.
No, it won't be.
3 yards in a cloud of dust.
Now they're going to need 6 on 3rd down to keep the drive going. Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up the 1st down.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I hit the panic button, too.
In the coverage right there, there weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
I was damn sure about to throw a pick.
After the incompletion on 1st down.
1 cup of that ingredient per cubic foot of the recipe. Calpos is fairly forgiving because it's high in the things that
they go back to the ground with Jones. And the running lanes.
Come on, we gotta get something going, fellas.
First half as they'll stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
That would raise your P to K levels to be a lot more 1-to-1, maybe even raise the P above the K. That being said,
now Rush.
Double that. So be safe.
Ooh, good lucky dive.
So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part to get them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction.
Thank you. They only get better. Please make a hash making video. Oh, good question. All right. So we can really
the Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers.
Good cut.
And good yardage as he gets this one up to about the 23.
Maybe just the top.
A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Builds our products, is local, teaches people how to make really good rosin, and does a damn good job. So I'll reach out to him and we'll see if we can maybe collaborate.
A give running left. It's Sanders. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there.
Thank you.
Well, they always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
The reason why I addressed the 5-gallon question is that I learned to keep chaos happening.
Now a nice throw here, right side. He holds it in. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
Time to give some credit to the big fellows, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you got to give the receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
The rest of the guys.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he's going to be met back at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Off the play fake. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
That's on
And
me.
he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 29-yard line.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They run the option here on 1st and 10, and he is not going to go anywhere. They're going to get to him behind the line, and that is going to get us to the 2-minute warning.
They really try to take over. So one of the most important things that we do to take care of that is spray. We don't use any chemicals or pesticides here at Build a Soil Family Farm. So we like to use natural products and keep up on our IPM. So I know that a lot of growers in their gardens,
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL.
We fucked that up. Good shit.
But you're stuck with me in this booth, and he's miles away and smiling. And happy. Now Sanders.
You ain't gonna fuck it up twice, though.
This time they were ready for him as he's taken down at the line of scrimmage. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
Every other day here in the greenhouse, whether we're phone receiving or just doing IPM.
Now Ward, off play action.
Couple things about this is
Forced out to his left. And he wisely will throw that one away.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow him to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let him get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. So the Giants now are going to turn it over to their field goal unit.
Ooh, Ray Finkel.
Always disappointing when you miss a field goal.
Good shit.
Playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points.
There's been a lot of bullshit going on with Madden today.
So for me, this has been the best investment on my farm. You have your little playbook here.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Besides the pill bugs, which I'd like to mention that we put down diatomaceous with earth in our bed. It really works well, and I hate seeing the little pill bugs die, but I definitely noticed a huge amount of dead pill bugs getting in the bed. So I'm really excited that maybe we found a way to conquer that problem in particular.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
So the bites and stuff that we were seeing
To throw is
Here we
Rush.
have Stormic. This is what I normally use for any
Drops it to Jones in the flat. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard
You motherfuckers is awesome with that dive button, boy.
It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Don't like those certain essential oils and scents. Here we have Dijon. This is a Korean
Back to throw Rush.
made by growing organic. And I absolutely
Good shit, good shit, good shit. Good read. Damn.
Good position, and it's picked off.
Motherfucker, fellas.
Right near midfield at the 49-yard
They
line.
baited us. They baited
You
us.
can easily see the logic. It's a tie game. They just wanted to press it a little bit right before the half, hoping to get one more score.
Now, easy to second-guess the result, but now you have to think after that interception, just a field goal, and they're behind at the break.
Yeah, I think at the half, the head coach just says, look, that's on me. I wanted to press it, but it's because I believe in you guys.
Don't throw it to him, nigga.
Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Got a man open, it's Chase. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
More tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
Here's Ward on 1st down. He's going to drop this down to Sanders. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime.
This particular product we believe is the best product on the market because we have 60% coverage. So we're going to go ahead today and do...
Again, he'll drop the throw. There goes a deep ball, end zone.
Good hit.
Incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there.
Yes, they did.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Back to throw again. He's going to go on top again. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by a Fitu Melifonwu. And the Cowboys will take over here just shy of the 30. The CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And that is intercepted. Or was it?
Good thing it's out of bounds, though. We don't need you getting no more momentum.
Keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion.
I'm just going to give it a little stir. You want everything to be really mixed up before you go put it in the water. It's usually pretty warm out of the hose, but in the wintertime it's freezing cold. So the sprayer right now is really cold water.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing here, Rush. This into the hands of his running back, Ronald Jones. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. And now we'll get a late timeout.
Come on, let me get my shit off, man.
Quarter number 2.
Calling timeouts and shit. Disrupting us.
Here's Rush to throw. He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. That's into the crowd and intercepted.
Ooh, sucked up the momentum.
Be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So plenty of action on the field, but no action right now on the scoreboard, at least as of yet. 0-0 is our score. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. After a rare scoreless first half, these teams now just looking for something as the second half gets underway. Fielded right around the 8. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 43.
Could have played like 50 and stayed and robbed. The rap game nice, it's just a bunch of pussies. Came up the hard way. I see the hard yeah. Think I beat star today, but always see far away.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And Charles, a scoreless first half. How does that change how you assess things here moving forward?
Well, it doesn't change it a whole lot because remember, it's still scoreless, which means you're starting from 0 again. So you just have one half to play instead of 2. What I would look at my play sheet, though, and see is something that maybe loosens things up for my guys, gets a smile on their faces, and gets them going to begin the second half.
Second down, another shot for Jones. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Now a first down carry by Jones. He'll get about 4 as he's past the 35 to the 38-yard line.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game. I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. A couple of first downs on the drive already as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. Maneuver his way forward for about 4, 2nd and 6.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
It's super important that you're getting those little spaces that they get into. So, okay, I was just kidding about it being a no tangle host.
Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom, quick, 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 and what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Damn, man, what the fuck?
Picked off at the 22, and his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. So an opening drive interception to begin this second half.
And just think about the time you spend in the locker room going over what you expected to do in the second half. Not the way they saw it, not the way they drew it up. You find out this is something that you can't just edit, right? There's no rewrite here. This is live, and now they've got to find a way out of this hole.
It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And he'll work this forward for about 3 and second down. Ball at the 26, 2nd and 7. Off the play fake. Ward. Flush to his right.
There we go. God damn.
For the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore.
There we go. Yep. Right. He was doing too much, though. He was doing too much.
Danger of getting outside of the pocket and extending the play and the throw turns into 6 points the other way.
Yeah, sometimes when you get outside the pocket, your vision actually gets obscured a little bit, or you narrow it down too much, and you don't see all the defenders in the area.
Extra point.
That was the mistake either of us needed.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. From the 6. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
Some people use just like this strong soap. You know, if you're knocking them off every day, it's not killing them, but they do weaken your plant. Even if you're just knocking them off, it's still your plant to relax.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
Second down, back to Sanders.
What the fuck is you jumping up for?
Down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard
Okay,
line.
yeah.
74 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign.
As I'm back here in the greenhouse, you can see some strings here. This is our trellising system for tomatoes, which
so here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Off play action. Moore.
Good comeback.
His man Chase complete. And they got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that can really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They run with Sanders off the option. And a pretty good run there as he gets 7 down to the 33. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. An option handoff given to Sanders. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10 on the draw. Here's Sanders. Tackle there going to Marshawn Lattimore. On 2nd down, it's Sanders. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
On 3rd down, they'll run it with Sanders. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
I'm really excited to show you guys today how we do this. It's a really fun job and it's super exciting watching the kids grow. It's springtime.
1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
So outside, I don't know if you can see the things flashing around on the greenhouse, but it's really windy today.
It's a quarterback sneak, and he picks up the 1st down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. Probably helps your confidence level on those 4th down sneaks to have a quarterback as tall as he is.
Yeah, you're talking about being able to extend at the end and make sure the ball gets to the 1st down marker, but also he has to be able to drop his hips and get down behind that offensive line in order to move forward, because if he just runs it straight up and down, you and I both know that they'll snap him backwards. Well done there, well executed.
And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. Ball on the 8. It's 2nd and 4.
Good shit. Nope. Not yet. Not yet.
And the Giants are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. They go play action here on 1st down. Steps away to his left. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds, because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
They'll try to run with Sanders.
Oh, get his ass. Come on now. Good shit.
Giants. Miles Sanders. Touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Giants are an extra point away from tying this game here in the fourth. The extra point forthcoming. And no sweat, he puts it through, and we are tied here in the fourth. So only even at 7 now as they kick it away.
And allows them to really start picking up nutrients and helping their roots up and growing, which is what we want them to do. Once we did that, we watered everything in. We waited about 3 weeks.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this fourth quarter to try to grab that lead back. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Here's Jones again on second down. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be third down. And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the first, second, and third. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. The bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him. Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. It looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
Good shit.
Jones on first down, but he'll struggle here just to get back to the line of scrimmage. No gain. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the
Get the fuck out of here.
It's picked up.
Wow.
This is taken into the end zone. A fumble recovery on Giants touchdown.
Wow.
So many times, tight games decided by one big play. A lot of times, of course, it's the offense. Here, it's the defense coming up huge.
And you know, head coaches walk around locker rooms, walk
The
around bench areas,
fuckery. My dude, let the ball go before you even touched him.
But it applies here.
Now the extra point.
The fuckery. That's what happened after you get two fake losses. Sucked our morale out.
So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again.
Still time, fellas. It's all good. It don't matter. We got weed, baby. Kind of fucked up our plans, though.
Set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they were on the sidelines for long.
Oh, and we got that bullshit.
I weren't down there. We could hear the coaches from all the way up here. They
Wow.
were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here.
Oh, good game, man. Good game.
Intercepted a third time. Picked off by Justin Wayne.
Look at that.
Bring it back. It's a pick six and a Giants touchdown. So this defense doubling
Good
its
game,
pressure there.
cuz.
Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score.
Pretty much the entire row is like this. And not only is it genetics, but we have wonderful conditions in our
Extra
game.
point attempt to follow here.
We've been growing in here for 4 years now, very consistently turning over beds, amending soil.
It's good, and it is now 21-7.
Everywhere. You know, we found a code in here. It's just pretty cool when you start to see all that life that really mimics nature, and you know that you're doing something right. So
This bullshit.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away.
We always want to keep our top.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. We'll see if they can band back together after the pick six. It hurt badly, but still within striking distance. A two-score game with a good chunk of time on the clock. The throw down the field caught by his running back. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. The big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already. Looking to throw. Rush. And that's caught by his tight end, Dalton Keene. And he's brought down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Back to throw. Rush. Yeah, he's got the hook up to Ruggs. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
I'm going to take off my sucker. You can see that I just took that off.
So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. From the 35 on second down. Rush. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is caught for a touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. It's up and good. This becomes a 21-14 ball game now. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. A fairly short kick from the 14. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Because right now, if I was to let these tomatoes go, they're going to be too big and heavy for this tiny little time.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And this game not quite over yet. We'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
That this here is my sucker, and that this is going to end up being my top. Also, usually the first half of the game is really which one is this one. So, you know what, I'm going to take it back, and I'm going to let this one go.
Open man is Chase.
Good shit. Good shit. That'll do it.
Okay, so now the question, how did he get that wide open?
Well, we both know that he shouldn't, because from the time they handed out scouting reports before this game, he was circled, starred, everything. Find him, cover him. But sometimes you can scheme a guy open. You put the receivers in a bunch, maybe you move some motion, maybe you put them on the backside of the formation, and all of a sudden you've got a better matchup. Every now and then, your offensive guys, they figure a way to get him open, even with everyone keeping eyes on him.
And that's certainly a guy they want to keep trying to scheme open. A big connection on that one. 31 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. So I don't use them when I'm setting up a plan and telling you to play this. You've got to have something that's going to really hold the way of your plan. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds.
I will take my tip.
This nigga about to do something stupid.
And then you close it, it won't move. Make sure that you've got that little knock over the string, otherwise it's not going to pull.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And it's
Yep, he did something stupid.
picked up by Marshawn Lattimore. And the Cowboys are right back in this football game. A seismic
Yes, he
shift
did.
in momentum here in the 4th quarter. That's the break that the defense needed.
And you know as well as I do, people are going to question the play call in that situation. Sometimes you have to question the execution, not necessarily the call. And in this case, those defenders found a way to give their team a chance.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They have time here, partner, for just one final heave.
And I have to look at it from the defense's perspective here. We know what they're going to do on offense. The Hail Mary, try and get guys down there and throw it in the end zone, tip it around and catch it. You've got to have guys back here.
Good game, good game.
But also, you can't allow the quarterback as much time as he wants to set up and throw it. Maybe you bring a little extra pressure to make sure he gets rid of it quicker.
A little bit of a cat and mouse game. We'll see if they bring that pressure. Well, Charles, this one's going to be hard to digest. You take the lead into the fourth.
Tough loss, tough loss.
Lose that lead. Maybe they felt like they let this one slip away a little bit.
They will definitely feel like that because when you have a lead in the fourth quarter, all you talk about doing is finishing and closing a game out. But when you flip it over, how about that? Making the comeback and then finishing the game, sealing it.
It's pretty amazing to see all the growth just in the short amount of time with a lot of tender loving care for each plant. When things are a lot bigger, you can more or less go through the greenhouse and take care of them all as a whole, but when they're small and they're little, it's very important to tend to them as each individual plant may need something. We're thinking about doing some like FAQ style videos soon, so please feel free to leave any questions down there that you may want answered. Even though I don't have all the answers, I'm definitely learning as I go. I really just love sharing with you guys